When Boromir woke during the night, the fire was still high, but Tauriel and her horse were gone. After taking a drink, he drifted off to the sound of a distant owl. But it didn't seem too long before he was awake again, and the sun was peeking over the high land to the east. All of his body ached, as though he'd been wrestling with a troll. He dug the phial from his surcoat and took a sip of the brown tincture. After bidding Lostal good morning, he walked up the slope of the dell and looked around at the grey, silent land. There was no movement anywhere. It took a moment or two to find the road off to the northeast. He could no longer see the large outcrop, and he wondered if the elf had made headway when she chose her campsite or if she'd backtracked. He supposed that in the end it didn't really matter. He dug out his frying pan and the wood ears he'd found when he was relieving himself behind a hazel tree. He ate the last of the cheese as he fried the mushrooms up with a few slices of salt pork. When he reached the road, he paused and looked north, then turned Lostol to the south.
Edoras is further than Bree,
said Finduilas. Boromir stretched his back and grunted, pulling his cloak around him. He hadn't yet become accustomed to this northern climate. He had never known it to be foggy and windy at the same time. It was as though the clouds had given up trying to cross the misty mountains and were retreating across the land back to the sea. At last, he turned Lostal around, and they started the long ride north. By mid-morning, the land became flat and featureless. Sheep near to the muddy road scattered at his approach. They were doing a fine job of keeping the grass short, giving the land a settled appearance. He wondered who they belonged to and suddenly felt very lonely.
I'm still with you,
his mother said.
More's the pity.
Tauriel looked up at the peregrine falcon hovering high above to the west of the road. She'd just emerged from the ruins of a town, green mounds, the remains of ancient walls that spread out from the road like spiderwebs. She had fallen into a rhythm over the last few days. Ever since the fords of Izen, she had kept no more than a quarter-mile distant from the Gondorian. She'd made no secret of her presence, and now, since their meeting on the northern marches of Dunland, they knew a little more of each other. Again she glanced up at the falcon. Its fluttering wings became still for an instant. Then the bird tucked them in and fell like a rock toward the earth. And now she is riding somewhere else, the land less barren, the air warmer. Eastward, cross-country to Edoras, the town on the rock. The Miras, Lostal trails behind her, untied. Tauriel looks over her shoulder at a high-flying bird. As it nears, she recognizes Gwaihir, the Wind Lord. He is carrying someone in his talons. The eagle swoops overhead, and Tauriel stops the horses and dismounts, gathering both reins. Gwaihir hovers above the ground ahead of her. He gently releases his passenger, who steps gracefully onto the ground.
Maigovannen, Mithrandir.
Gandalf turns to Tauriel with a faint look of recognition. He has no staff. Dishevelled and unkempt, he brushes himself down as Gwaihir, Lord of Eagles, flies away.
Tauriel,
he says, as though they met only yesterday.
Mithrandir, what scrape has Gwaihir saved you from this time?
I'm afraid I overstayed my welcome at Orthanc.
I've just returned from there myself. Its tenant seems to be taking certain liberties these days.
That's one way of putting it. And what brings a March Warden of the Woodland Realm to Rohan?
I was riding to Edoras for provisions.
Not much of an answer.
He combs his hair and beard with his fingers.
Your journey wouldn't have anything to do with the creature golem?
You've heard he escaped, then?
I've heard many things over the last few years, most of which I wish I hadn't.
He sits down on a rock.
I'm tired, Tauriel.
He looks up at her, and she does not doubt his words. He offers her one of his uncertain smiles.
I'm in need of a horse.
He looks over Tauriel's shoulder at
You wouldn't be willing to lend her to an old man, would you?
This one belongs to another. Otherwise, I would gladly give her.
Oh? And who might this other be?
Tauriel gives him one of her abstruse smiles.
Very well, though I must tell you that you won't find what you seek in Rohan. Gollum has almost certainly taken refuge in Moria.
The wizard studies her face for a reaction, then continues as though thinking aloud.
No, Thranduil seeks something else. I saw it in his eyes when I was last there.
His eyes refocus, and he looks at Tauriel.
But this is no mere trinket to add to his coffers. The ring is a thing of unbridled power and unspeakable evil.
Tauriel starts to protest.
I came across a certain Gondorian in Isengard, Boromir, son of Denethor.
Again, he looks for a reaction from Tauriel.
I know the name,
She confesses.
Be assured that he does not have what you seek. The steward has sent Boromir to Rivendell, hoping for counsel from Master Elrond. That is all. And it is of utmost importance that Boromir return to Gondor with such counsel.
Why is it, Mithrandir, that every time I speak with you I feel like a scalded child?
If you insist on answering to your master's every whim, I shall have to continue doing so. You've known war, Tauriel. War is upon us. I would ask you for your aid again, as of old. You proved yourself worthy at Erebor.
Tauriel is losing her patience with the interfering old...
What is it you want?
I've arranged for Boromir to leave Isengard. You should find him in the hills to the north of the Gap. Meet him there and escort him to Imladris.
That sounds like the exact opposite of what I have been ordered to do.
I will speak to Thranduil, make him see the folly of his avarice. But do not tell Boromir of your intentions. He is a proud man, especially where elves are concerned.
He looks off towards Adoras.
Now for that horse.
And a new hat.
The old wizard rubs his head.
Ah, yes,
He grins as he turns away.
that can wait.